The video you're about to watch I originally published about a month ago. However, due to a copyright claim on the music, I've had to republish it. So if you have seen it before, I do apologise. Hola, hi there, buenos dias, and welcome to my YouTube channel here at Benidorm and beyond. I'm an English woman who's lived in this town for many years now, and I love to share news, information and interesting items about the resort to all you Benny lovers out there. So let's get started. Today's video takes us on a sunny January walk along Avenida de Comunidad Valenciana, which is known locally as the Top Road. It becomes obvious why if you look on a map, as it pretty much sits at the top of Benidorm and by many of its major entrances to the resort. While some of you may have never travelled along this road, you will definitely have been very near to it as you come into the resort by transfer coach or local bus, as it sits not far from one of the main thoroughfares, the Avenida de Europa. We begin halfway along the road by the former and abandoned nightclub Manssion, which is now cordoned off. Now completely dilapidated and graffitied, it has fell into a shocking state of disrepair, but I'm sure that in its time it was a cool venue to visit, with its turrets and gateways and unusual design, and capacity for over 5,000 partygoers. A couple of years ago I was able to access this club when it wasn't officially fenced off as it is now by the police, and I filmed inside. Here's a small shocking clip of what I saw, and if you wish to see the full video, just follow the link in the description of this vlog. Moving on, you can see just how much unspoilt countryside there is around this area, which is great for nature lovers and people that like to walk out of town. Although most of it is just either abandoned nightclubs or, at best, venues that get used in the high summer season months only and then left as pretty much an eyesore for the rest of the year. With that in mind, a new plan has been announced by Benidorm Town Council over the last few months, which although still has to be finalised, will transform a huge amount of this area of the resort into a great new place to be. Plans have been released by the press and on social media, and although I can't find the exact roads which are going to be developed mentioned in any of the articles, I believe the development will take place from this top road and down towards the outdoor market space over a period of time. The project, which involves some 560,000 square metres of land and which could need up to an investment of 570 million euros, has received the green light from the Ministry of Transport, Mobility and the Urban Agenda. As we continue our walk, we pass the premises of Penelope, who have been here since 1968. They also own the Penelope Beach Club on Benidorm's Levante beachfront, and this venue still holds live DJ events at weekends and other occasions. It's my opinion that the new proposed development plan will only affect the side of the road I'm currently walking on, which is the most unused, and leave the other side as it is, with lanes leading off into the countryside at many intervals. Next up on our right, we can see the absolutely enormous premises of the Privileged nightclub. Advertised as being the only electro-Latino disco in Benidorm, its last Facebook activity that actually boasted any live events was back in 2019, and you can only think that the global coronavirus pandemic hasn't helped its cause, so I guess it's currently closed down for the foreseeable. The plans include a public park of over 61,500 metres squared and includes the construction of 20 hotels and some 2,300 homes, of which over 1,500 will be tourist-based. Moving on our left, we then pass the completely ruined premises of nightclub The Tropical House, who used to be famed for their Latin American music nights. They now have a smaller venue, which is along Calle Lepanto in the Newtown area, and here you can salsa, bachata or merengue the night away from 10 p.m. until the early hours. Adjacent, we can see the Tropic Burger Stall, which used to provide the late night, or should I say early morning, revellers with a bit of sustenance to keep them going, but like everything on this side of the road, it is now in a state of complete desertion and mess. Carrying on, and to be fair, I'm quite enjoying the walk along the cycling and pedestrian lane in the sunshine, despite the noise and bustle of the passing cars. We then pass the entrance to Karting Benidorm, and then on our left we walk into the grounds of the KM nightclub. Boasting 3 separate dance rooms and a concert hall as they describe it, this once popular club now looks abandoned, and indeed they haven't advertised on social media since 2017. However, like Penelope, they also have a beachfront version along the Levante Promenade, unsurprisingly called KM Playa, and this still has music events on, as well as being a nice place to sit outside and have a drink or snack whilst listening to some chilled out tunes. Back on the main road again, directly opposite, we see the orange, black and white signage of the Karting Benidorm go-kart circuit. Open daily from 11 AM until 7:30 PM, here you can live out your wildest Formula 1 dreams with prices starting at €23 for 8 minutes on the track. There is a bar and restaurant on site, and special packages are offered for hen and stag parties, including a podium ceremony with medals, and I've often seen their exclusive Karting Benidorm stretch limo around town, especially in the busier months, picking up eager customers who want that high-octane buzz. Next along we pass the ruins of what was the Torremolinos bar and restaurant, and also the entrance to a local shortcut known as Gypsy Lane, which is lined with old villas and rundown houses populated by people who have no right to live there. It is my belief that it will be some of this area that will be reclaimed for the new redevelopment project I mentioned earlier. Continuing along, we now pass the premises of the Coup nightclub, who's still open on occasion, for example this new year, and no doubt will be firing up again in the summer. Like some of the others, they also have a large Benidorm beach version on the seafront, and their lovely large outdoor terrace is a great place to enjoy a cocktail, with its wicker chairs, oriental statues and relaxed ambience. The project also proposes a large central park with wide avenues, pedestrian corridors and open spaces, and it wishes to concentrate the building area in high-rise buildings of 20 floors high, which will entail a considerable reduction in land occupation by buildings. Of the total, some 600 units will be subsidised housing, and the residential part of the development could occupy around 10% of the total area. This in turn will mean a significant reserve of land will be left for public facilities and municipal green infrastructure, including 21,000 square metres for teaching use, on which the necessary buildings for the schooling of the future population can be erected. Wow! Carrying on, we next pass the bright pink building of the Fun Factory, which is definitely now closed, and I believe used to offer shows of an exotic nature, shall we say. There was a cafe, bar and terrace next door, but like many of the structures along this side of the road, is now in complete ruin. If you'd like to support my channel and future vlogs by making a small donation, you can now buy me a coffee, or even 2 or 3. Just click on the down arrow next to the vlog title, which brings you to the description of this video. Then follow the link provided at the bottom. It's really that simple. Thank you so much. This brings us to the Barranc de Lillet, full of overgrown greenery and completely full of fly-tipping rubbish, and if you took the steps down the side of this dry riverbed, you would come out at the corner junction of Calle de Ramador and Calle de Esperanto. If you carried on straight ahead far enough, you would eventually reach the large outdoor space of the Benidorm Wednesday and Sunday market to your left. I hope you've enjoyed this unusual, information-packed and above all sunny walk along the Avenida de Comunidad Valenciana, or Disco Road with me. And if you have, please help me out by watching some of my other great street walks, along with my many hotel and cafe reviews and videos full of news, updates and anything else I can think of. I'll see you out and about next time, and thanks so much for watching as always. Every view and comment counts and is much appreciated. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Bye for now, hasta luego, and see you soon. Ciao!